When it comes to doing something you are passionate about and getting others to jump on board with ideas, the project becomes more than what it is. The great part about the mural on the side of Mentorship Academy is that it outlines the definition of what the school really stands for. Solutions Through Science, in collaboration with the WALS Project, were able to come together and say, hey, let's sit down and be able to create something that is more than just a piece of art that catches the viewer's eye. Something more than a piece of art that talks about science, but something that brings together the two and shows what happens when you mix the realm of art and the realm of science together to become one.
The WALS project started in 2011 as nothing more than I put together 10 people total, all from different industries, and had just kind of like this kind of half formulated idea about potentially doing a few murals. And the purpose of the murals to start was like social justice themed, right? To bring to light issues of race and sexism and misallocation of resources and incarceration. We had no idea what we were doing with murals. We raised the money through Kickstarter, right? Nobody had really done a Kickstarter campaign back in the days. And it worked. And once we raised the money, then we had to figure out how to paint murals. And so then we did figure out how to paint murals. And the reaction from the community, man, is actually, to be honest, what kind of grew the vision. We didn't start out the walls as like just some 25-year master plan, man. I mean, that's a work in progress, but you can fast forward to now, man. 5 years, we're going into our 5th year. We've done 36 installations total. The one on the front of the Mentorship Academy arguably is the favorite one that we've done. I'm not just saying because I'm here, but I mean, it seems to be like the one that everyone loves the most.
The film team reached out to Solutions Through Science and spoke with the chairman, Ms. Judith Nordgren, in order to hear more about the inner workings of the company and what goes on behind the scenes. Ms. Nordgren also broke down the uses for vinyl and chlorine, as they are an essential part that make up the company.
SDS is a partnership of vinyl, PVC manufacturers and users, and also chlorine producers and users. It's a very strong partnership that does really strong outreach to the communities that we have facilities, and even beyond that. Specifically, the chlorine chemistry members that are here account for almost 40% of the nation's total capacity for manufacturing chlorine. So you can see it's a vital, strong part of Louisiana's economic foundation. If you ask the average person on the street, what do you think of? What comes to mind when you hear the word chlorine? Most of the time they're going to say clean drinking water or clean swimming pools, surface disinfection, and that's all true. But we like to talk about chlorine as really the element of surprise, because it goes into a multitude of products that you use every day, from your iPhone to PVC pipe that delivers clean drinking water to the faucets in your home. Most people don't know that 88% of all the medicines that are in your cabinet, at some point during that product's manufacture or development, chlorine chemistry is involved. So chlorine is really a building block, a phenomenal building block for many materials and products that we depend and use every day. I would encourage students that have an interest to take every opportunity they can through a good mentorship in their schools, opportunities in school initiatives, even community initiatives. So there are plenty of opportunities outside the traditional educational system for you to learn more. STS's mission is to promote and to inform through public outreach, different forums, school initiatives, about the importance of our industry, not just through the products, but also the economic impact that we have in Louisiana. We want to ensure that there's sound public policies that are based on sound science. We want to work towards and continue to secure growth that's sustainable for Louisiana and Louisiana. We are very passionate about what we do because it's so important, not just because of the products, but also the economics and the opportunities for young people to come on. I mean, they are our future, we have to have sound, good young people that are problem solvers and interested in our industry to try to work with our companies, and it's a wonderful environment to be in. It's really like a family, and it's a lot of fun.
Students Taylor Burney and Roderick Lewis were asked about their opinion on the mural and how it inspired them to achieve greatness.
The mural itself on the side of mentorship truly does stand out, and it also gives mentorship its own place, speaking on the fact that it's a downtown school, a school that has come from humble beginnings, and it's simply just growing for the better. Say you're driving down the street and you take a glance to the left or you take a glance to the right and you see that mural, it'll make you stop and wonder what goes on in that school, what kind of teaching goes on, and do the kids enjoy it? And if you look deeply enough into the mural, if you actually try to grasp it, you'll actually get a grasp of how the students feel and how the teachers feel going and walking throughout the hallways. And that's something that I do like about the mural, the mentorship mural.
I found out that it was made with spray paint, right? And it was all organic. But I thought it was like with hand paint. That's cool. And like when you did the interview yesterday and he was explaining how the shade went in and did from the side, I learned a lot. But I like it.
Inspiration for our school, and to give it a good look of how we are in school. And honestly, to inspire us as kids to be like, okay, yeah, I have to represent mentorship now because it's kind of cool. So that's just how I feel was the mural.
The Mentorship Academy film team also sat down with Mr. Sean Richardson of Green Potato Media in order to get his thoughts on the job well done.
Met those guys at Solution Through Science. Awesome. I mean, for them to be able to just say, hey, let's do something really cool. Let's do something awesome, and then just to go execute it. That's all. You don't really get that much. It's a lot of times it's bureaucracy and there's red tape and they don't let the artists create, and that's what I thought was really cool is they actually let the artist create something awesome. Not me, the graffiti artist. And it's I think it speaks to the wall. I mean, it's an amazing piece. And you have to be creative to be a scientist. You have to think. Right. You have to think in those. A lot of people think that math and science is very ones and zeros. It's very binary, ones and zeros. But when you really think about it, you have to think out of the box a lot of times to get that answer, and to even think about the possibility of that outcome. And that's arts, it's thinking creatively and thinking outside of the box. My advice to new filmmakers and new storytellers and photographers and creatives is go create. Start yesterday, because if start a podcast, go make a web series, go get your friends, go make a movie this weekend. There's no reason not to.
The mural done on the side of Mentorship Academy goes to show how science and art work hand in hand in order to inspire students, help the community, and goes to show what can really happen when you mix a little science with a little art.
Please take a seat if you can find one, and to welcome you to the unveiling of this most beautiful mural on the shoulder of giants on the Mentorship Academy. So thank you all so much for coming out today. So my name is Casey Phillips from the Walls Project. We obviously kind of help facilitate the project on actually producing the mural with the artist, but none of this would have been possible, and I'm going to turn it over to Blythe LaMonica, because none of this could have been possible without the sponsorship of Solutions Through Science with the Hampton Inn. Recognize everybody and go ahead and turn the program over to Blythe.
Without you all support, I don't know if it could have been done. So thank you. To all our future scientists, engineers, and artists, we hope to see more of this in our city and state.
How you feeling right now?
This is amazing that we could even be a part of something like that. This is huge. And I just hope that this is a reminder to the city that we are here and that we're going to make a difference and we're going to change lives for the better.
I am so excited about this mural, Giants. Solutions Through Sciences is a proud sponsor of this mural, and we are delighted to be able to give this wonderful piece of art to not only the Mentorship Academy, but also the City of Baton Rouge. We hope that students here look at it every day and see the potential that an education in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math can bring.
We are super excited about the new mural because we think it promotes art and creativity at Mentorship Academy, and that is our goal in creating great minds that can be creative and expand our
Piece
community.
of art marvelousness that is created by Southern Florida's artist Eddie Mendieta and his team. This has been such an incredible project, not just to work on leading up to the unveiling, but what's most important is that I know that that image and that mural is going to inspire generations of art and science enthusiasts to not only dream bigger, but to also realize their own vision and dream. So thank you to the Mentorship Academy for being such an amazing partner for the Walls Project, and of course to the artist Eddie Mendieta and all of our sponsors. Thank you.
Thank you.
We maintain there is an art to science. On the shoulders of giants demonstrates there is a science to art.